guys, it's Gretchen and welcome back to my channel. So the other day I went to see my artist who did my tiger iris tattoo, and I set up 3 more appointments with her for 2 more tattoos that I plan on getting this summer. One is going to be a one-shot tattoo and the other one is going to have 2 appointments, one for lines and one for actual color. And I was thinking about a subject in the tattoo community that's kind of touchy and also really important, and that is tattoo plagiarism, or stealing and copying a tattoo, however you want to look at it. Now this is incredibly important and, like I said, very touchy subject, because it's kind of hard to come up with an original idea these days. Like, you see it anywhere. You see it in photography, you see it in writing, you see it in lesson plans for teaching, you see it everywhere. People are constantly taking other ideas and kind of making it their own. So this video is not gonna be a how not to copy and steal, but it's more along the lines of how I feel going forward with my tattoos, on how to not take someone else's idea and try and make it my own, if that makes sense. So the first thing I do want to discuss is that there is a difference between referencing something and tracing it line by line. You can take a picture of a tattoo, or just a picture in general, and show it to your artist and be like, hey, I like this kind of concept. Can we work with this? You don't need to be like, hey, I like this tattoo, put it on me. You want to make something your own. You don't want to take someone else's already thought of idea and plaster it on yourself, no matter how much you like it. You're not going to want to do that. That's plagiarism, and if you're in college, you can get kicked out for that shit. It has nothing to do with tattoos, whatever. So referencing something is just showing the artist elements that you like. You may show them 5 different pictures in order to get one tattoo, but you may be like, in this tattoo, I like this element. In this tattoo, I like this element. In this one, I like this one. And then over here, this is what I don't really want, but I like this. And you're just kind of given ideas of what you as a client like. So like for me, when I was going over my tiger and my irises, I was saying, look, I want it to look like this specific tiger. I want it to have the markings of this tiger. I want it to be just the bust and like the front paws of the tiger. I don't want the whole body of the tiger. For irises, I kind of want them to go around the tiger. So it became an original idea, even though I provided the artist with 3 different pictures. One a picture of the tiger, and then like 2 pictures of irises, so that we got like different coloring. Those are actual pictures. When I set up this most recent appointment for my arm tattoo, I did show my artist. I was like, this is a drawing that someone has done. It was not a tattoo, but it was a drawing that I found on Pinterest. And I was like, I like how everything meshes together in this picture. Do I want this picture tattooed on me? No, but I like how it meshes together. And so it gave her an idea of like what I'm looking for. So there's a difference between referencing something and then just straight up saying, put this on me. So copying or tracing or stealing is basically just putting it on your body line by line. It's the exact same thing that you found. That's also on someone else's body, so it's becoming less of an original because you just took it, if that makes sense. Copying tattoo is stealing it, unless you ask for permission, which not very many people are gonna go out of the way to find the original artist and be like, hey, can I put that on my body by a different artist? Not very many people are gonna take the time out of their day to go like do all that sleuthing. However, you can, at least I feel, and again, I'm no expert, I just like tattoos. You can request a similar design. Now, if someone really liked my tiger iris tattoo, they could say, hey, I like the tiger, but I'm not a fan of the irises. I'd rather have calla lilies surrounding the tiger. They can make it their own. Do I want to see my tiger tattoo exactly as it is plastered on someone else's body? Hell no. I'd actually be really pissed off if I saw that. But if someone uses that as a reference, like if they like how the tiger is in the picture, that's okay. They're using that as a reference and then making it their own. I get that. Believe me, I get it. But there is a difference between something kind of serving as an inspiration for you and then you just copying it. Copying it would be someone being like, yo, I like this tiger iris tattoo, I want it done. exactly as it is. Same thing, plastered on my body. That's copying. But if someone's using it as a reference for the inspiration of their tattoo, that's different. It is very rare for thoughts to be original these days. There are so many ideas out there that any original thought is kind of a rarity. Even when it comes to something like novels or movies or TV shows, concepts these days aren't very original. And so people get that. They get that an original idea may not be as original as you think. So to use something as a reference is fine. So what I do to avoid copying or stealing someone's idea is I create either a folder on my phone, or I create a kind of like a secret board on Pinterest and start saving images there. So I've got the tattoo concept in my mind. I'm like, all right, let me try and find some images of what I'm going for. And then I put them into this folder, and then that way, when I get to my artist and they're like, do you have an idea? I can present a visual and be like, I like this element, this element, this element. You're the artist, mesh them together for me. Now, there is one exception to this whole copying, stealing, tracing rule, and those are flash tattoos. Those are meant to be copied and reproduced multiple times. They are meant to be replicated. They've got like a copyright on them, but they are meant to go on multiple bodies. That is their purpose. They are meant to go on tens of hundreds of people, thousands, depending on where the flash event is taking place. So that's a situation where, can you not? So that's a situation where copying is okay and expected. So this is just how I have gone about since I've become more into the tattoo world. And I would have to say that it started with the tattoo on the back of my neck, which is the fleur-de-lis with LSU watercolor. That was probably my first original tattoo. I guess you could say that the song lyrics are too, but they're just words. I picked the lyric, I picked the font, there it is. It really didn't have much to work with. But the book that I have, it's artist rendition of a picture I provided. This one, which I do plan on getting covered up. I've mentioned on Twitter that there was a tattoo I wanted to get covered up. I haven't even had this 2 years yet and I want it covered up. But this was a design that I found online. It's a Celtic symbol. Hard to get a little bit more original with it, but whatever. And then the cat dog on my leg. Definitely not an original idea. It was one that I literally printed from Pinterest and gave to the artist that did it. So then when I got the fleur-de-lis on the back of my neck, that was an original concept. I said, hey, I want the fleur-de-lis symbol, but I want to incorporate LSU colors into it, kind of like a watercolor. That's when I started giving ideas. I don't want to say designing ideas because I don't design. I'm not an artist. I just provide the elements and the artist goes for it. And then the forget-me-nots on my ankle, I just told the artist, I was like, I want like a bushel of forget-me-nots. There they are. The crystal on my leg, I said I wanted a fluorite crystal, a big one. And then finally, my tiger. I was like, I want tiger with irises because those are Louisiana's state wildflower. Original idea. So whether you're new to getting tattoos or you've got multiple tattoos, you just want to try your hardest not to copy and steal someone else's design. They worked hard on that design. They came up with that concept. You can take elements from it and make it your own, but you should really avoid copying and stealing. I feel like this video was probably all over the place, but it was just something that's been on my mind because when I was trying to explain to the artist what I wanted on my arm, I was showing her pictures and I was saying, I like this aspect of this picture, this aspect of this picture, and it gave her a rough idea of what I'm looking for. She's gonna design something entirely our own, something that we came up with together, but she got to see what exactly I'm looking for, if that makes sense. But that's it for this video. I hope it makes sense to you guys because I'm a little bit in a haze right now. I've got a little bit of a summer cold, so I'm getting worn out just by talking. But if you did enjoy this video, please give it a big old thumbs up and go on down there. Hit that subscribe button wherever it may be because I would really, really appreciate it. And until next time, bye guys.